people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Let's go on. Thank you for joining us on the show, Rhetoric, on Kings 88.5, on this 19th day of December. So we can go with all. No, we had thought that we could acknowledge you. Sorry, we can, because time isn't in our favor. We've got a couple of things to talk about. So we will do at the close of the show, or almost, but continue to play your King's Cash giveaway. Okay, please continue to play as many times as you can play. You're going to win. If you can play, you will not win. You need money. No doubt you need money, and you must have that money. And there's no way you can get it but right here on the show, Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started with what we've got to talk about. So the Speaker's office, new development unfolded. The Speaker office, they went there this morning. To their amazement, they met the door leading into the wing, or the office wing of the Speaker, locked. And they were wondering, how come the lock, or lock, as we say in Liberia, was changed? The lock. So the Speaker's office was changed. The lock that was there, according to the Speaker and his guys who had gone there, they changed the lock. The one that was there, they took it from there and put their own lock there. They took the original lock, or say old lock. They remove it, according to the Speaker and Representative Yaka Koluba and other colleagues who had gone to the office this morning, and put another one, a new lock. And what happened, according to them, they also lock it from inside. And there were footages taken. You could see that apparently the person, or smartly the person, must have passed through the ceiling. I don't know how that place looks like, but we just saw a couple of them, several footages. And why this person was going up, it looks like the person forgot about his hammer. and the person left the hammer, you could see the person stood on the table, then they put something a little bit higher to stand on and come down and get out. So it looks like while the person was leaving, he forgot about the yellow hammer. The handle is yellow. He forgot about it and left it there. The speaker and his colleagues went there this morning and they met just that. And he thought to share it with his colleagues. He thought to share it with his colleagues before then the media. Here is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, J. Fonati Kofa, explaining what happened this morning at the House of Representatives. LIB is interesting. Very, very interesting place. Very interesting. But before him, let's listen to Representative Yeke Koluba.
We were here, people were here in session. While we were coming, we were people. And we're being stopped by Joseph Boakai and his people not to come on the Capitol building ground because they were in control. How can you be in control then you say you don't know who's in the land of this place? Is it possible? How can you be in control? The building ground? Look, Joseph Boakai and his people burn this place. They were in control. Joseph Boakai and people burn this place. Joseph Boakai, Jeremiah, who and the director of police, they were in charge. They should tell the people who burn the place. If they can do, they're going the place.
So the place is locked down. What are you going to do next?
We're waiting for the maintenance men to come to open the place for us. If they can't open it for us, we will open it and change the lag again. Joseph Boakai, there's no space for you.
He said the rule of law should be respected.
Oh, the rule of law should be respected. The man have come and the man have rule in the team already. He know who bring the place. What will the police do? What will the police do? You come over ground, you call hooligan. You can't speak that kind of big nature me. That's why I'm speaking the big English about Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai, you're hooligan. You organize a put upon this place. Lawmakers can handle the situation. Up to yesterday and today, the people are still talking to the speaker to resign. You know what you're doing is wrong. Why are you preventing on the man to resign? You know what you're doing is wrong. Who is going to sign the budget? Who are they depending on the signing budget? Will it be legal? When somebody sign all the speaker? Will it be legal? When we go for the sonar and somebody different sonar, that we will be there to make our president. The sonar will be there to make our president.
Representative Yeke Koluba with his version of what they met this morning or what greeted them at the legislature, having gone there with the Speaker of the House of Representatives. They met the Speaker's wing lock, the original lock removed, new one placed there, and part of the office from the ceiling area, the person must have passed there. And the speaker, according to the speaker, he is lucky that essential documents weren't taken. He said he is very, very lucky that essential documents weren't taken. Yes, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Councillor J. Fonati Kofa.
How did people enter the building to cut electricity from the floor where my offices are and where the chambers are? Okay, have been cut. Attempts to break into my office. I've been showing the pictures of them. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, people are now using heat to drive people out of their offices, to drive people from working. Is this the new politics? Is this what we have reduced ourselves to? And the other thing we have to remember, okay, somebody had control of the facility yesterday that led to the fire. The same group of people have control of all of the facilities here, okay? And you have police presence here. What is happening and who is doing what? Who is causing this sabotage? How come there is no light on the third floor today, but there is light on the second and the first floor? Majority of Black people have orchestrated the sabotage of this floor. I'm not going to cast any accusation on the fire, but I'm only saying that someone had a chain of custody of the building. The fact that they are able to do all this sophisticated electrical work to drive us out of the offices. Someone, and I think those people are the real persons of interest that need to be called in by the police. So we started a modernization program. That modernization program was hijacked by the majority black. You remember they went to the joint chambers to begin their work. And because we didn't want any further act of violence, we allowed them to use it. And so we told the contractor who have warned us that that section of the building is so old, it's in imminent danger. They have warned us. They have been using that side. Okay, they have been using that side. And so it's unfortunate.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Councillor Fonati Kofa, on the breaking into his office, whether this morning or last night, but when they went at the Capitol building this morning, that's what they saw. And as Representative Yeke Colbert said, they were going to burst open the door and enter. The Speaker said he is thankful that they did not go to the essential document, and he shifted the blame on the majority bloc of orchestrating everything. Let's talk about the confusion of Capitol Hill fire. We were all greeted by that fire on Wednesday morning. It was the breakfast that we had politically, but it was a dangerous situation, but it was a political building that got that fire caught on. That mystery fire. Mystery because nobody knows today who did that. Everybody casting aspersions here or accusations and counter accusations, everybody giving their version. Till now, no one knows. The police have called in people they consider of interest to give pieces of information as to what they know, if they were proximity to the scene or may have made some statements or listened to some write out on Facebook and people told them that this representative made a statement. So they are feeding on all those things on the basis of suspicions. Remember now, suspicion is not fact. Suspicion is not fact. It is only when the investigation comes out honestly, impartially, doing everything forensic, that it moves to a level of near truth. From near truth, it has to go to absolute truth. And to arrive at absolute truth, it's not just anything hasty. So no conclusion yet. They stay investigating according to them, the mystery fire. The place got badly burned. The burning was and is colossal on that first branch of government. Therefore, it requires a cutting off for a forensic investigation. Given the massive damage, I had thought the police that got all of the departments, and more importantly, a disaster-ready department that will move in swiftly to calling of that area, which means preventing people from going there, because the scene was tampered with. That's the suspicion. So you want to leave everything. Listen carefully. I am pointing out an error from this government based on the inability or the sentiment they imputed a couple of years back. History has a way, according to the people, of repeating itself. It is just like cycle. Instead of cutting off the area or barricading the area, as we see security people do, they left it open. No investigators, nobody professionally forensic, least to talk about a team, because in a situation like this, they will assemble those professionals, the forensic fire investigators. By then, the scene is cutting off. That means they will prevent people from moving around there. Nobody will go there. Nobody, not even a journalist, will go close. That scene will be left like a graveyard. Why they do that? Because if they allow people to move in and out, the scene will have been compromised. To determine the cause, it will be hard, and they will just arrive at something appeasing and say, oh, this one is because this person came here, the person came from there, but it will not be true. Because the scene will have already been compromised, so they will just want to say something since the authorities will need something. I thought that what they were going to do to cutting off that area, that identical place, but it was left that way. It wasn't. So what happened down there? The scene was compromised. The police said they had arrested some people, but in the same vein, they opened up a corridor. People were moving in, taking pictures, snapping, journalists all over the place. So put on your rational or logical reasoning. Assume that the person who did the act is in the building. What do you think going to happen? That person will walk out with ease and confidence in disguise and move without the police having any detect. It is one of the reasons why the cutting off the area. Nobody going in, nobody coming out. Then the riot team, the anti-riot team or the riot team will move in and search that entire building from room to room, office to office, bathroom to bathroom. The reason for that is not only to suspect a person, but also there could be a device planted in one of the places that could explode at any time. So the riot team will move in with all of their materials from room to room, office to office, bathroom to bathroom, checking the corridor and the ceiling. While another team is on the ground, outside, well fortified to prevent people from moving. That entire building, everywhere is cutting off. I had thought, since we have security people, they pride themselves as knowing it all security, they would have done the simple, the elementary, the petty, but nothing like that. On top of it, the security people, the so-called security people, made the president vulnerable. The first error they made from a security standpoint, on the day of the protest, they allowed the president to go and sign a book of condolence. Nowhere in the world that happens. Listen, the president life is the foremost thing of any government and country all over the world. It is a priority. They never ever compromise it for anything. Whether they like the president or not, the president is state property. The president is never himself. He doesn't make decision or final decision on security issues that concerns his safety and well-being. The security experts do. And they do that with caution. They are sensitive of the environment. So when they see that it is not right, especially a protest atmosphere, whether the president have to sign $5 billion contract for a country, for Liberia to turn into heaven in a twinkling of an eye, they will tell him, Mr. President, please, tomorrow or day after you can go, but it's not safe. Please accept it. And the president listens to the security. In Liberia, it's a joke. The people took Mr. President and carry him on the scene on the day of the protest on Tuesday to sign a book of condolence. You know what they did to the president? They made the president vulnerable. That's what they did, the security people. Then, let's come to Wednesday. The place got at fire. The building was on fire Wednesday. The huge, thick smoke, wildfire. The police claim that they have arrested some people. Instead of cutting off the area, they did not. People moving in and out. Then they took Mr. President, quote unquote, according to the executive mansion. Let me use their description. They said that the president went to assess. He went on the site. It wasn't the president's responsibility. They should not have done that. 2, they allow Mr. President and the other people to be there for pretty close to an hour having a ceremony. It was there that the president said, we will build this country. The reason I'm saying that's the last thing, the reason I'm saying that? Because for me personally, I tire hearing nothing. I think that it has become his anthem or code. I think he has made that statement 6 times now in his public addresses. It's not about building the country. He himself wasn't sensitive. Listen, look at everybody sitting down. You're at security experts. Hey, God, I thought about yesterday, but to call the security guy, I forgot. Please bear with me. I will do it tomorrow. I forgot. I thought that when I leave the show, I'm going to give him a call to share his perspective about this thing. He been in the police, the AFL for several years in this country. He had been VIP to several presidents. I thought to call him up, but it just slipped my mind. I was kind of busy with a couple of things. They took Mr. President in the open with other officials of government. They're sitting down. Hey, man, what kind of security people we have? The place is a crime scene, a place of suspicion. Instead of cutting off the area, even if Mr. President wants to see the place, you tell him, Mr. President, it's not safe. Listen, all of us sit down, we watch movies. As much as it is a movie, but the director is sending us a message, education. We learn from movies. We see these things. They were cutting off the area. They were barricade. They will not allow anybody. Then the team, they have a team that will move in to do a thorough search of that building. If one side got that with fire, it doesn't say the other side will not have anything. It's possible they can put one side on fire and leave 2 or 3 bombs on the other side and waiting for a certain time to explode. So they will send that team, and the team will move in. They will search everywhere, every part of that building, down to the outer or space of the building. The people talk, Mr. President, it is official. They're sitting down in a place. They say they come in talk. They come and get political talk. What if, why sitting over there, something explode? Or something just drop from that building? How you think it would have been? Everybody would not have started running helter-skelter. Who are going to go over Mr. President and say they're protecting him? That's the security people we have. Why the obsession of president being on scene in this country? Have you ever seen major disaster take place in America? Do you see the people taking their president there on the scene to go see? If the president will ever go there, it will be probably after 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days. And before then, the president will be fully briefed by his security advisors and experts. If it is not conducive, they will provide pictures of the scenes, and they will give him pieces of advice. But they will never risk the president's life. What happened yesterday? The risk President Joseph Yuma Boakai left yesterday. Everybody sitting in the open, people moving up and down, they talking the political talk, they conferring here and there. What if something had dropped from that building? What do you think was going to mean? Or something had just exploded? Anyway, that's the security people. I just thought to share this with you. It was wrong. Boakai himself has to be sensitive. We will have to drop this thing of everything president must go there. You had that kind of situation. What has it got to do with president going to assess? Is he a security person? Does he have any knowledge in fire stuff and other things? No, he's just political. So he can only be brief. At a later time, after 2 or 3 days, he can move in. By then, the experts would have searched that entire building and are convinced that the place is safe. Then they can communicate with the other people and say, yes, the president can come. The area is clear. All these people, yeah, they watch those kinds of movies on the screen, but they're not learning anything. That was wrong. What I saw yesterday was wrong. They placed the president in a vulnerability state. They left the president open. And look how he was sitting down with the pro tem Yombli Kanga Lawrence, the man who said he's speaker, Richard Kuhn, and other people. Look how the president, the guy who, in I think an EPS uniform or police uniform, he said he got him president. He all the way, I don't know how many feet away from the president. Nobody behind the president. Sadly, when something come in, the president will block it or hit the person. All of them, they just exposed themselves. Everybody. That was wrong. That's wrong. I will bring that guy in. I will try my best. I will do everything tonight. I will do everything. I will beg him to come, so he will share his idea on these things. But as we know, literally, the president was made vulnerable by the police. In a rare country, the police director will be suspended. You know that the police director is one of the persons that can move to the president and say, Mr. President, it's not conducive for you to go there. Please stay. At a later time, when everything is under control, you will go and see the extent of the damage. Continue playing the King's Catch giveaway play with just $200 Liberian dollars. Let's do it as quickly as we can, or $1.50. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch. That's all. That's all you need to do. Dial star 799 star 100 hertz. Play with only, not more, not less, only $200 Liberian dollars, or $1.50, and then you'll have 10,000 Liberian dollars. As many times as we can play, it will be good for you. 10,000 Liberian dollars you will have. Let me talk the expenditure aspect or the approximation. They have come up with another error, in my opinion. They have not, but then first the calling in, quote unquote, person of interest. It is my understanding that that investigation, given how it is going, it's not going to go anywhere. Another blunder, unprofessionally, by the security people. The first blunder is what I've just explained, the compromise. People going in the building, moving from one end to another. So what can you do now? What can you do? People tampering with documents, people taking something, people walking out. What can you do? What can you say? Nothing. When you have a fire like that and you have suspicion that somebody may have done it, everything is stopped. Nobody get out of that fence. Nobody get in. The team will come in. Those people that are dead, they will not be taken to the police station immediately. They will be on that ground. That team will search them thoroughly. It is very likely that while searching, they could see something. But it looks like they know what went on. So they were allowing people to move in. The scene already compromised. That's the first blunder. Then they took president and officials of government. They went there, exposed them. Another blunder. So where you can go now? And then they're calling in people. They're calling in people. Listen, that whole thing, the government blunder, they don't know how to go about it. They just guessing and presuming and exerting power because they got it. Don't want to admit that they blunder along the way with this whole thing. So they're calling in people. What are you going to tell? What are you going to say? You say the speaker wrote on Facebook, Alamo. So what does that mean? If you know what it is, people will not use that. Let me say to you people who are hanging on it, I can understand because very many of you are literate, but you don't want to use or go beyond your level of reasoning. Because the $5-10 around, and you think that you voted for Unity Party, so anything they saying against, you should accept it as true. The actual history behind that thing in a nutshell, it just means freedom, fighting for one's right. It evolved from go to read the Mexican history of the Mexican Revolution. That's what it's all about. It's nothing to unite or to urge people to go into war. Alamo can burn building. Alamo not fire. It's a resolve to fight for your freedom. Who is fighting for freedom in this something? The speaker. Who claim that they have everything? The majority bloc. Who is suppressing the law and discarding the law? The majority bloc with the assistance of Mr. President. Who is fighting for survival, which is freedom, deliverance? The speaker. When you're engaging in such, when you find yourself in such a situation, you are in an alarmic state. It doesn't say that you are telling people to fight war. Some of you still have the war mentality. You want it to come. So when somebody resonates more than somebody who does not know good, and they see that you are so vulnerable sentimentally, they just say, oh, it means that then you're running with it too. So you know how to interpret words or scripts on Facebook, but you say you're Christian, you don't even know how to interpret one Bible verse. But you know Alamo mean they the speaker of the cause. Then you call in Representative Frank Safoko. That statement was made July. You have to look at the content, the purpose, what necessitated the statement. Moreover, there is something called proximity. So assume Representative Frank Safoko made that statement in 2009. And the House, portion of it, affected by fire in 2024. 2009 to 2004, watch the years in between. So when you go back to 2009, say the man made a statement. So that what led the building to burn. The fire was moving from 2009, 2010, 2003, 2004, all the way. It's because the security don't have anything substantive to convince the people over. So they hang on the thing. In my opinion, that thing is frivolous. It's flimsy. It doesn't have substance. It only tells us that, yes, the security people really don't know. They want to cover up the blunder because they were responsible. Who were protecting the building all along and protecting the majority block? Who took full control of that place to have it protected? The police. The police. But because it is a disaster, so they don't want to be seen. Then you call in the representative, you call in the speaker, because somebody told the security people the man wrote on a Facebook page, Alamo. And listen, it's not solely because he wrote that, though. You know where they got the energy from? Because people told them that he took it down in no time. So it becomes suspicion and a crime when you write something on Facebook and you take it down, then it's interpreted as something warlike. So you are caught. Say in no time. Why he took it down? To take things down, to write is your right. To take things down is your right. The security, in my opinion, concerning this, they have absolutely nothing convincing. So they're only looking for cover-ups here and there. So that they will say the people working, oh, there are the people did it, oh, there are the people there. You put on, be philosophical enough. Develop good reasoning in this thing. All of those times, things been happening at that building. Listen, people speak figuratively. If we take all of the expressions that people use, when those things happen, should we go? Last night, AB played the current Internal Affairs Minister, Francis Yumali. Listen to the expressions that he was using. So if something is happening at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, should that be used against him? Listen to what the president said prior to coming to the presidency. Should anything happen like what is happening in the country now? The country is in tatters. Governance is discarded. Everything is at a standstill. Should we hold him accountable? Should we call him for investigation, a person of interest? People speak figuratively. It's entitled. Everyone is entitled to that based on your schooling. It is not anybody's responsibility for your inability to opt your mentor. Therefore, you can't capitalize on what the person said based on your ignorance that this one means this. All that time, when Frank Safoko made a statement, and they agree that they are professional security people. They are concerned about the state. They are futuristic events. So to project the future, that probably this thing we might have so and so. So the statement that the man made, let's call him in, like we see in other countries. When he made a statement in July, you don't call the man. You don't even call any news conference to announce that the statement made by the representative was wrong. You don't say anything from a security perspective. But you waited now because you blunder. You know exactly what happened, so you won't use other people are covered up. Moreover, the men made a statement in session. They were in their work. They were working. And the law covers him on that. You can use the Machiavellian theory to suppress him, and you're using as sacrificial lamb to cover up your ineptitude leadership. The law says, oh yeah, any statement made in session is this and that cannot be held accountable, cannot be held responsible for that. And he was even blasting, you're listening to the whole thing. The very speaker he's supporting today, he was lambasting that speaker. He was so vexed about how the speaker conducted the hearing of LPRC boss Amos Twe. If somebody said, he kept on saying, he said, you will burn the session. Burn the session is a political, figurative expression, a flow expression. It's just like saying, we're going to put the floor on fire. The person is simply saying it's going to be hot intellectually. We are ready for it. He was referring to the speaker. He knew what was happening. Did he say that at this point in time I will burn the house or will bring it down? Oh, come on, man. You'll leave that thing, man. If you ain't got nothing to say about this whole thing, you'll leave it. You'll blunder. You people took siege of that place. You people have been protecting the majority bloc in that place. You people went against the minority and you beat them. You had no time for them. You people were only protecting those people because they had taken over the House of Representatives called majority bloc. So you should be held accountable. You should be telling the public of your negligence to maintain full security of that place. When the place over the days had been a scene of fighting, of misunderstanding, of strife, of confusion. Those were signs for you as security to take full control. And look when the place started burning. Say early 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, a broad day. A broad day. So after everything now, the fire was put off. Why did they experience what they experienced today now? So let's assume that somebody went in mysteriously and set the place ablaze. So why the speaker office, the lock was removed and another lock placed there, and they saw a hole from the ceiling area, the person jumped down, did what he needed, he needed to have done over there, and then left the place going, and he forgot about his hammer. I hope we are playing. I'm about to do the first draw, play the jackpot. We are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. All you need to do is play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 and dial star 799 star 100 hatch and win for yourself 10,000. Please look at it. This is the hammer. You see it? This is it. I hope that you can see it well. This is it. This is one of several footages. That's it. You see the wire? Didn't the speaker talk about it? So the speaker flow no current. And he said the next flow has current. So he kept on asking, what is happening? So the fire is off. But then mysterious things are still happening in the building. Then you say you're suspecting Representative Frank Safogo. Look here. You see another one? There's another thing here, the speaker's office. Just today, this morning, they discovered that. Where's the other one? Yeah. Look at it. You see it? This one, this is the ceiling. How they call that place? From the ceiling that you can get from out in the room. This is it. And you stay calling in people, say you are suspecting them. There. You see that? The chambers. Where the other one? This is the door. This is the door leading into the speaker's office. I think they call this door double panel, eh? Yeah, this is it. You see that? They took the light from there and put their own light there. So then why are you calling in people of interest? Whenever there's something is happening at the Capitol building, then why call people? So are they telling us that Representative Francis Afoko's statement stay encouraging people to move in mysteriously and do these things? Oh, come on, man. Let's not do this thing to this country. Let us not create a scene that people will keep grudge for each other. It is one of the things that brought war into this country, and we felt it so much, and we don't want it to happen again. Let's be careful, not because we have the power, not because you got the guns, not because you have the keys to the jailhouse. We have to be very careful. There's nothing convincing, absolutely nothing convincing by the police. They're just pumping up charges, just putting things together so it will be seen that it's working. They made fun of Mr. President. He goes down there and said what he said. He should have said that thing. No. Watch other presidents. When they go on the same, so okay, it's in the hands of the authority, and we wait to hear what they will report. That's all. They don't say much. We see the thing in most of these countries, man. They don't go with vexation. One blogger knew that he ought to be serious. Oh, because of fire, then I saw he put on presidential posture. He said he's serious. He's using those words, hooliganism. Hooliganism is simply when you go out of the law, when you take things onto yourself, when you exhibit your own power and authority, when you trample on people, when you stifle the rule of law and install yourself as Nebuchadnezzar. That's hooliganism. You have to look up the word. Who created hooliganism being existing from the very first day those guys decided to go against Kofa? The fact that they decided to break away, that's hooliganism. It's the same as any of those breakaway that we use every day. That's the same thing. And who initiated that? Mr. President. Hooliganism is not an extra word. It's not a new word that he has used and say, oh, just like when the late Amos Sawyer used the word concomitant. At that time, people weren't familiar with it. So the first time he used the word concomitant, it went so far and wide. But hooliganism is not a strange word. He's not the first person to use it. Hooliganism is all over the place. It's in the home. It's at every place, everywhere. But in my opinion, he didn't have to say what he said. All of them blunder in this whole thing. Let's get to you. Continue to play the King's Gear giveaway. We're giving out 10,000, please. Let's play. Dial star 799 star 100. Hatch. Play with only 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then you can have your 10,000. Let's do it as quickly as we can before we can get out. We don't have much time. The many times you play, the many times you will win. Let's get to you now. Have your say on these two talking points, and then we'll move to something else. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you call from. Let's hear you quick.
Pastor Emmanuel, I call from Barnesville, precisely. I love your analysis. Those first words to our hearing. It's a familiar word, and it was used in the place that was appropriate. Most especially where, like you said rightly, why would you be calling in the sitting lawmaker in such a condition? Because you see, security reason is something very, very unique, right? While people use these things, the anger, the arrogance, the hatred, you can't run country in no kind of manner. Like, bro, you need to be civil, you need to be relaxed. But when something happens like this kind of national issue as a historic public building or public facility, and you took custody of the place for the past months, harassing certain lawmakers, in fact, beating them, like what happened to the Black police representative.
Okay, Chief.
And Oliver Collins.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Thank you to this. Yeah. This is Mom calling from Franco.
Let's hear you, Mom.
Yes. What's going on really? That's what I meant. They know what they did. That why they were not afraid. Because the way the whole government running, Andrew, they have certain show, Filipino show they call brother. Just how the whole government running, the hard brother, how the show looking.
Yeah.
They're not afraid. They just showing. But the only thing about it is that only you we praying for and we worry about you. That's all. Let them leave you alone. You're not commit any crime by telling the labyrinth for the truth. You didn't commit any crime. Let them leave you alone. Let them leave you. So, Andrew, if you can remember the way they walking in this country, the how it started, killing journalists, and some of our small children, that what brought the same thing and the same thing in our men. Let them leave you alone. We're begging them, let them leave focus alone. Thank you, Papa, for your show.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hold on. I left this out. I thought to inject it. It was the crux of everything. I said history has a way of repeating itself. When it was discovered that those I think 2 persons, and they say auditors, were discovered on Broad Street in their car dead, and President Weir said it was boyfriend and girlfriend. They said the president jumped to conclusion. All of these people who are in Unity Party, they open up their intellectual arsenal. They open up their thesaurus dictionaries. They came out with words. They beat on Weir intellectually that he's inept, grossly inept. While he prejudiced the case by saying, isn't the same thing Boagai did? The investigation in style. It's not the same thing. That's the same. So now the president said that's hooliganism. So what happened now? And you start people will not go there at all. They say, oh, Joe, we have people never calling up the place. They left the cars on brushing. People were moving up and now looking all in the cars. So yeah. God said, let me show you the same thing. He himself went and sat to that place. Why if something had exploded over there? That's not the same thing. Let's go, yeah. Hello.
Hello, Sir Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you. And you?
Thank God. This is my CC calling from Clarendon.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the show. And you know, I want to take you back a little bit. They want to hold our son Fokuda. He said that reason why the place went. So they want to call you for questioning. You understand? Yeah, I will take you. Hello?
I'm listening.
Okay. Then I will take you back a little bit. I want to go to Yamika Lorry recalling. You understand? When you stare at people like, we are playing leopard, so what you play ready for our father, yeah. You should remove it when you catch a good leopard from them. If you can remember that time, they don't want in America that time. When you use that statement, the next morning we saw the poor movie. Some can will both say, oh, that you only want to it's the village of poor questioning. And people don't say that they will not do it. They will not say it the next day happy. But for God, say if they bear see the bear will point down the place. Well, I think interest. Try to burn down the place. Then be like, you know what, burn the place? And say he said that was that almost 2 months past, 2 months plus.
He said that in July.
Okay.
That was in July.
For almost 3 months. Since from July also let's start how many months for Andrew?
The 5 months. 5 months.
5 months. Then to tell you all that you qualify for questioning. They put us serious. The power is nothing but the country. I want to tell the country back up.
Oh, my sister.
To what? It meant the show in the country to be holy for a year and that. The holy for who they give.
Thank you. Thank you, my sister.
They boy office and lock the door inside. You understand? And lock the inside when you see it today. So, and I'm already in the secret office.
So, my sister.
Yeah.
Hold on, me ask you. Yeah.
Okay.
You just said they lock the speaker office. I talk about that one, eh?
Yeah.
So that one the day now. That how you can describe it?
Okay. I see Woody get to the day.
Oh, I thought you coming for again.
No. My son, you
that hooligan is in there.
Yeah, just say that. Why you on the show? And I think we can say that yesterday. You see what happened in the court, my son? Let's watch your good, no problem. And we say no. But we get anywhere to go, my son. We get followed in a belly, go to sleep and get up now. We got them to eat it.
Okay, my sister.
Let me not president. You know the for fiction and pretend that I was seeing it.
All right, my sister. Okay, let allow other people to come on, my sister. Thank you. Hello.
Sam, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, and you?
Yeah, this is Marty. I just calling from PHP community.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, PHP William. Sam, the only one question I want to ask. My question
your brother stay with the majority bloc?
Yeah, he said that let him remediate him. Let him remediate. Let him stay there. What I want to ask him is from June, from July 2nd up to the sun, and the barricade French Safoco house that he can move out, he can move in.
They carry three.
Yeah.
Three acres of armed men. When Yeke, you see how God, the book can say God can sleep.
Yeah,
when
Yeke, God pity them.
Yeah, when
so Yeke, you want to tell me say that Safoco say Nokodimo to move by night if particular office again to lock door.
Now what do people say?
Different lock. Now what Yeke say you remove the lock and put your own lock. But you know particular is a man with law.
Okay.
He learned a law business so that it business. But a leave with me, I would tell Yeke Koluba voice. So add it to say my voice and add on Yeke. So remove the lock.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Hello. So you see the historical event cycle. It moves from one period to another. You see it? You know why most of the Unity Party people are ashamed? Because it is happening. The same thing they condemn of Weah or in Weah regime. When Yeke said all kinds of awful things against Weah, he even threatened the presidency. The police director sent people at his place. One pickup, let's admit, they went there. It was all over the place. There's nothing, no way we can dance around that to color it. It was condemned everywhere. It was on all the international stations. BBC carried that. BBC even called up Representative Yeke Koluba to interview him and even asked him whether he was staying in the house and whether the armed men enter his house. These Unity Party people all over the place condemning. Weah is a monster. Weah police, CDC police, all kinds of stuff. You see it? They went with 3 pickups to Representative Francis Afoko house. That alone can, if you're strong, it can put you off, you die. 3, you know what I mean? You have 3 pickup full of armed men coming at your house. That's what they did to Representative Francis Afoko. That's what they did. So what's the difference between what they condemn in the past and now. At least at that time, it was 2. It was 2. Boaga added another 1 to make it 3. So we are sent 2, Boaga sent 3. I understand that Friends Safoko will be having a news conference either today or tomorrow. They were at the headquarters. And I want to thank the brotherhood. The brotherhood, I consider them a brotherhood. The speaker with Representative Musability and the rest of the guys, they continue to stand from the very first day with Representative Friends Safoko. As required by the police, they take him to the police station, make sure that everything is sorted out, and they move with him back. That's what it is. The majority bloc are enjoying themselves with their money. They are right. But what did God say? Be your brother's keeper. Because one day you will find yourself in a situation and you will need him or her. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, fine. Let's hear you. Let's hear you quick. We
this
have to
is
transition.
And before I forget, let me say thanks to Musa, because he's one of the new guys in the house. And for him to be behaving mature, quite appreciable. It should be appreciated by us, And you see, say the reason why the Unity Party will feel more is that anything that sparks up the Unity Party police, the president, strictly they will consider it as the doing of sedition, as the doing of George Weah. So when the supporter, if you monitor them on the other radio, their president called the I yesterday as a hooligan. Some of them are now saying President Weah had a deplored choice to be able to harass the Liberian people. This is the thing that happened to the Unity Party. The last time when they started seeing they were doing assets recovery here, who car do they go for? They went for Finabono car. So everything that's back up in the country, if you had a mindset to perform your duty professionally as a security personnel or whosoever position you are occupied,
right,
they do it nationalistically, it will be okay. But they don't do so. They will come with that mindset that the CTC people that do it. So when we start politicizing, they say we can politicize. But who are they calling for questioning? They also go and start calling our speaker for questioning. So it will make us to speculate that the reason why they can do it for. So thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name? Where you call from?
I'm from the community.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, my best kid.
Mm-hmm.
The one who asked the office why they put it out that office or that quarantine office.
The Fonati office, Mama.
That quarantine they point up that chapter business. Go for the document. The one they point up place. Though business they were destroy the country. So anytime they put the e-power, we e-problem. We e-problem. Why? That one get the country or why? Like what I can answer. They want the other would I know. What happened to want to come, but they will all say, wow, good. If someone saw all you will be the children there. Woman, you know, woman, they walk at the pita. So that's what they're doing. They play with cable, they pay party, they buy. One will arrest them one by one, including the person that said, who say, what will devil? That's not betting what the boy that they will not betting. They say, well, at least they were one marshal, they not betting. We are betting today, but I said that we trade. The terrible.
Yeah. All right, Mama. All right. Thank you.
We pray for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Amen.
Nothing. They lie.
Amen. Thank you. All right. Hello.
Good evening, Andrew.
Yes, good afternoon. Let's hear you, your name and where you call from.
My name is Hubert Stein. I joined from Soccer Bishop. You see, this is a clear play and orchestrated thing space managed by Waka economy. What do I say? If they occur, there is no credit given by security expert. Boom, president goes there and make a statement. What we are hearing now is that huge amount of 1.8 million, designated for the rebuilding and reconstruction of the House of Parliament. That was clearly a plan, Pandora bars are they open for consuming the Liberian resources. So all of what is happening is state managed. Managed. Right now, breaking news is that the House of Senate has just allocated 1.8 million for the reconstruction of
we are aware of that.
See the training, just work on the training. So explain, it's orchestrated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling. Thank you all for spicing the show, the first lap of it. Let's continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Dial star 799 star 100 and win for yourself or receive your 10,000. You're not winning, you're receiving because it is for you. You only have to take. That is a testimony. Those of you who are Christians, if you really read the Bible, that's what God is. He said, take it. And there are provisions or conditions on which you take it. The testimony, you just have to. It's for you. God gave it, and he said, take it. So 10,000 is given you. Just take the 10,000, and you do it by putting in $200 Liberian dollars, and then $1 or $1.50 US. Then you put on your phone, because you're receiving it by your phone, the money going straight into your account. Then you go to any money changer around there, you just withdraw. You don't have to come to any institution. You don't come into King's FM and say, I want my money, then they give you physical cash in the bag. No, you can take it from anywhere fast. So you just dial star 799 star 100 Hodge. That's all. Put in $200 Liberian dollars. Let's do it as quickly as we can. So let's do it. Play as many times you can play. As you play, you no doubt will win. Let's have this break. Let's have this break with the iconic world-class leader.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
You're listening to Real Talk, and you are on Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. Today is Thursday, the 19th of December. The year is gradually going to an end. A couple of days from now, it's Christmas. Well, if you don't have money in your pocket, you don't have anything, you haven't bought anything for your child or children yet, well, blame yourself. If you are waiting for government you will just be like Kafka. Opportunity was afforded Kafka. Heaven's door or gate was open to Kafka. And Kafka sat at the gate. You know what happened to Kafka? That's what happened to very many people. You got the opportunity. We say 10,000 is yours and you can take it. But this is how you take it, by just playing with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. And then you just dial *799 *100# and you receive your money. If you're waiting for government, then you have placed yourself in Kafka's position. He had the opportunity to have entered heaven. And from his prime, that means his young age, according to the story, he sat at heaven's gate and the angel opened the gate for him to enter. All he needed to have done was to apply effort, and that effort was to wake up and enter. But he kept on hoping. He relied on hope that somebody will come and lift him and carry him or escort him. Interestingly, none of the angels came out to help him. Kafka stayed there from his prime to his elderly age to his old age. And when the time came for the gate to be closed, that's when he wanted to enter. And the story ended by saying he was told that he couldn't because it was open for him and he just didn't apply effort. So you don't want to be, if you're hoping on government, you're not going to get paid. If you're hoping that they will pay you, then you buy your children clothes, well, you're going to go, some of your children or some of the children are going to get uncomfortable with you people. Some have already started complaining. So we are saying, look, we give you 10,000. We don't have much to give you, but we can give you at least 10,000. And you just take it by playing the King's Catch giveaway, $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, or $200 Liberian dollars, $1 or $1.50. And then you dial *799 *100#, and you have your 10,000 Liberian dollars. We may not have millions to give you, but at least we have 10,000. Let's move to the second lap of the show. Then we do our first, second, and third draw if we can, and then we are out. So the government, the police, everything will go on the police. The police said they arrested Carrasco and 70 others. They took them to the police station, but I did not see the other people. They highlighted Carrasco. And listen, I like how Carrasco conducted himself. Quiet, peaceful, no argument with the police, was proud to have sat at the back of the pickup in the midst of those police officers. They drove him. They delayed along the way. We saw all of that because they wanted to see, they wanted the people to see that George, we are engaged into violent conduct. I understand the logic behind it. So they carry him to the police station with the other people. Less than 5 minutes, he's at the Moravia Central Prison. They did not go to court to prepare. Yeah, how it is done. When you go to the court, the judge don't send you, having listened and reached a conclusion. He doesn't take telephone and say, I'm sending this person who has been convicted, incarcerate him or her. The judge does not tell the sheriff, carry this person and put him in jail. The judge asks the clerk to make the person's commitment or prepare the person's commitment. That means the document that will accompany. It is that document that they will present to the people at the prison. They will look at it, digest it, and then they know what to do after that. That's how it is done. You don't take a person to a prison without any legal document that will explain what the person did, why the person is there, how long the person is going to be there, and all of those things. That's what the document is all about. The document is the main thing that accompanies the person. The sheriff or other people, they are just there to man the person so that the person reaches the person, and that person is handed over to the authority there with that document. So the people who carry that person, they will hand the document over. No one goes to prison without a document. Interestingly, they took the man, they carry him straight. They put him inside. That was purely political, was illegal. They put aside the legal aspect because the legal aspect takes time. It is a process. The political aspect is instant. So the first casualty in that situation on Tuesday with Carrasco and the rest of the guys was the legal aspect. It became dead. Politics took precedence. They carried them straight and lining inside. Then what happened? President Bouaka people all on the internet, and they say they get PMO. We're straight in the country. They mess this country up. They in the patch. We are. They're saying all kinds of things. We're reading their comments. Because they did not want to go to the court, so they did not go to the court. The following day, that's when in the afternoon, when the man's lawyer went there because what they brought against him is bailable under our law. What did they say? They say the bonfire wasn't sufficient enough to have him released. The judge allowed himself to dance in the political atmosphere. Fast forward, they are released. He didn't have problem. He went to jail. Listen, it doesn't taint Carrasco's reputation, neither the other people who were there with him. Carrasco did nothing wrong. He never breached the law of this country. He is a citizen like any other person who is covered under the Constitution. That's why he was proud and opened up to the police, did not resist them. They thought he was going to resist. He didn't argue with them. He went. I maintain from the first day, and let me say again, it was a calculated ploy, but that ploy did not work. They had thought that, oh yes, we do it this way, George will get sentimental, George will get there, he will say some things, and then we start. The war that they wanted with Weah, he did not get involved. In fact, they started playing on some people who are supporters of Weah, who are supporters of CDC. Oh, yeah, your man coming out, we are cautious, he's straight, he coming back because the J, man, Carrasco, they're saying all kinds of stuff. But that's not true. Since they took Carrasco on Tuesday, they carry him. You heard we are saying anything? Yeah, and some of them, even some partisans, some seditions, they say, oh, why we are going to, why we are. No. If you know we are, you will know. We are taught to make impact. He doesn't talk to give other people relevance, to elevate them. That's what a good leader is. It's not how you rush. Just like James said in James 1:19. He said, be slow to speak, quick to hear, slow to anger. So he hasn't. Not that he's not aware. You know that when you're saying Carrasco, you're saying we are. When you say we are, you're saying Carrasco. But we are, he's not looking at Carrasco, but he's looking beyond Carrasco. That's how a leader, that's how a mature person. That means the people, what they want, how they want to do it, to drag him in, so that if he's not sensitive enough, he's not careful, they will blow it out and say, oh, we are saying this, we are gonna do this. Already Bouaka is being used. Anything they throw before Bouaka, he ready. You know that they told Bouaka to be serious yesterday, but he has never ever been serious in anything. That yesterday I saw him serious. I didn't know that he could get serious. So the man, they freed him today. The man is out. Let me bring you a word. Thanks to the party's campaign manager, Eugene Nambwe. He was there. He made sure. Let's hear from Kalasco first.
Not at the protest site, yes, but because this is Kalasco, we got to arrest him to act like we're making news at their own detriment. That's what I was experiencing. Again, we all believe that this country is governed by laws, and we gotta respect those laws. You know that going to prison, I'm not the first politician I ever go to prison. There will be many persons after me that will go to prison. So we are not deterred. We will remain resolute. We will remain committed in what we believe in. The reason why we advocating for these things is for the right thing to be done. And we believe that the right thing is not done. The laws of the country is being violated in the eyes of people. And we got to keep standing strong. I know there will be intimidation to keep us silent, but you can never keep us silent.
Run for arrest.
You can't run for arrest.
All right, so this is the next voice you're about to hear is Len Eugene Nangwe.
In fact, we are considering the option of suing the police for wrongful arrest.
Are you sure about that, sir?
I'm telling you what's going to happen. Because for you to arrest and charge man with terrorism and all of that, there has to be some rudimentary evidence. None of that exists. And yet they had him arrested within minutes. He was arraigned and taken to South Beach. You know, this was a targeted arrest, and it's unfortunate, it's unfair. And we cannot allow the government to use the judiciary for its own tyrannical purposes. So this is not something that we're joking with. His rights were violated. He was threatened. He was tortured. And we are not going to allow that to just we'll use the law again to make sure that those who violated his rights are brought to justice. And that's the problem.
There were rumors that he was part of the protest.
But what's wrong with being a part of the protest, even if he was? It's a constitutional right. To protest, to discern. It's a right guaranteed by our constitution for people to protest, for people to assemble. Throughout the 6 years that Mr. Weah was president, didn't you see multiple protests all around here? They would tear gas the people on June 7th. They would beat them up. It is the peace of the state is the primary responsibility of the government.
What does this thing do?
Primary responsibility of the government. So it is the government that you should be asking. Why is it that you arrest somebody just for protesting? Look at the police's own statement. Look at the statement.
What does this signal to this government,
I
Mr.
can't speak for the government. I'm speaking for
the opposition uncle as
yes, so I can't speak for the government. I'm saying what's happening is not just one thing. It's a series of violations from the very get-go. The tenure positions, even though the Supreme Court ruled in the case of LTA, the president still went and removed them and appointed people. It's not the first time. Civil servants were summarily removed from payroll. Not the first time that happened. Even the case with the removal of Speaker Kufa. See what has happened? In spite of the clear errors and violation of the law by Mr. Kuhn and his gang. See, the president is calling him speaker. It's very simple. You want to remove the speaker, get 49 persons, you go to session, you put the charges on, he recuses himself, you vote and remove him. Did that happen? No. And yet, people are saying there should be rule of law. I listened to the president when he went to next to the Capitol building after the fire. He said, oh, we want rule of law. Rule of law starts with him. By grabbing Kalasco from the street, even after the protests had happened, and incarcerating him, arraigning him, even before they had the charge, he was already handcuffed and being taken to South Beach. What is this? What is this? And people think that the peace is not just the absence of war. Peace is respect for rule of law. And that has been evaporated in less than a year since Mr. Barker took over. And you people think that everybody, it comes free The protest is going to bow down and allow the rights to be trampled upon? No, it's not going to be. That will not be the case. He has a right to protest, assuming he was protesting. He has a right. It's enshrined in the Constitution. So why are you jailing him for protesting, for exercising his rights? And you think we're going to just let it go? No.
When you say we're going to just let it go, what do you intend?
We will use the law and we exercise all of our rights.
So we see
all of our rights.
We see Carrasco is out now. What did they say? What did the court say? Which
he's on bail.
He's on
bail. And on my reckonance,
okay.
I had to sign for him.
Okay.
And along with a bail bond. So we are waiting for the government to present his case. So we are waiting for all of the things they wrote on the paper that he's a terrorist. They have to come and prove it. So we are waiting. We have a track team of lawyers, and we are waiting and ready. They are not ready. Grab people, arrest people, and then they're not ready to prosecute. The same thing with the case involving former Minister of Finance. Since he was arrested, his lawyers have been going to court today. The Ministry of Justice said they're not ready. In fact, they should change the judge. It's like during the middle of a game, they say change the referee, and only way we play. So they don't walk off the field already. They say they're waiting for them to change the judge. Before, if you have evidence against Mr. Tuer, and Tuesday, go to court. Not just to arrest people and then you walk away. You expect that Carrasco to still be languishing. But there are still some good people in the judicial system. Still are.
So how will you describe Carrasco arrest by the government?
I said it was illegal. Okay. Unfortunate.
Okay. So
illegal arrest because he committed no crime. Now they have put frivolous charges upon him. So we are waiting for them to come and produce the evidence. He's not running away.
What are your next plan of action if he's not given the chance to appear before the court or the government?
No, but how would they manage to do that? They already put him in jail and he appeared before the court. He just left the judge. He has been granted bail. He asked his lawyers, he's ready. So it's up to the government to come now and present. So the question to go to them to bring the evidence for which they call Carrasco a terrorist. We need to see it.
But you just promised that this will not end here, right?
It's public document.
I mean,
listen, it's public document. They wrote that he's a terrorist. They wrote down. I read it myself. So they have to come and prove what made him a terrorist among the other criminal charges that they put over. But do you think it's going to be the end when he's incarcerated, his right violated, and we should say yes, that's it?
What do we expect to see?
We have many.
Okay, that's it. Liberian, so all of us in the ball, some of our men, and they can really made the people to laugh. The man answer the question. Then another person asked that same question. Yeah, they asked them 5 different questions. The same thing. The man explaining it as in the same. Hey, go. Yeah, okay. So that they say highway. Yeah. They say obstruction of highways and passages, obstruction, I think about 6 or 7 besides terrorists. I just heard about the terrorists. Terrorists was not on their first charge. Look that when they developed everything now, they added that. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We have to call our first winner. Let's do it as quickly as we can. Yes, please, I beg you. The guys are interesting. That's the end of it. That's the end of that thing. They ain't get anything substantial against Carrasco and others. They can't make it. That is the end. That is the end. They will only call behind and say, oh, my man, you know this and that. We are all one. Yeah, so sorry for what happened. The president is not well there, you know. The police will get in this country. They can just take unilateral decision, all kinds of stuff. But that is the end. All right. So let's see. We have to give the people money. We have to give the people money. But let me inject this as quickly as I can. I will be very brief. Then I open the line. I wanted to talk about it. Then the Carrasco situation came in. So too many mystery events unfolding on Capitol Hill. Reports are coming out that they've discovered in the draft budget 3.4 million. 3.4 million for the president. 3.4 million. Then the vice president, 3.7 million. So the vice president higher than the president. Anyway, they know what's up. Then they made an estimate of 1.8 million. 1.8 million for the renovation of the damaged place there at the House of Representatives. 1.8 million. They ain't even do good investigation yet. The people in Canada, that's the end of that one again. A feeling. Those guys, they just blunder with everything. That whole thing that shambled. At the end of it. Okay. Let's just say few calls. I got other significant thing I want to talk about as equally as significant as this one, but I want you to have time, because if I start talking about it now, I may not afford you the time, and that would be very disrespectful on my part. So just few calls on the Carrasco situation. What do you make of it? What's your reaction? Just few calls. Just go straight to the point. Don't historicize anything. Just go straight to the point. Just few calls. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, bro.
Yeah, your name, and just say what you got to say.
This is Sabu Rasta donating for perform to the freestyle in Zimbabwe. Yeah, bro, you know the people not even Bakugwe. So they're doing everything to get Bakugwe. But I'm playing with faith. Joseph Baka, you're playing with faith. You will where is now violence president.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
People are ashamed.
Huh?
You know, when you shame, you can go for all kind of things. That's what they did about, as I say, Carrasco. And thank God he did not follow violence, because they are planning to beat him to death only because he was aide to President Weah. Anybody that is associated with Weah, they say that person to be their enemy. But you know, they will be exposed by the day. They will be exposed by the day, by the hour, until what they're looking for, it will come. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day also.
Okay, bye.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Yes, good afternoon. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I come from another street light in Lower Johnsonville. I see, and the reason why even the international community is not taking this particular government serious. Are you kidding me? It's just Suku Carrasco with terrorism. Do they know the meaning of terrorism? What kind of mentally depleted individuals are at the hand of power? That's why every sector of they are deteriorated. Because they lack idea. They don't even read, they don't make research. And these are guys yesterday they portray themselves to be educated people. That means they are the least. You know? And thankfully, and Honorable Carrasco is outside, and Eugene Nambi, as he said, should not take it lightly.
Okay, Chief.
These guys have to be brought to book. The police need to be very much polite. We live in a democratic society.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Hello, Sam Andrew.
Yes. Good afternoon. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Smile. You know, they're calling from St. Paul's Bridge.
Let's hear you.
Sam, I tell God, thank you for all of you. And we will pray against all the evil plans. It happened to Kawa. They won't carry it all around, but we discover it now, we know. They wanted to do it to AB, but the lights were there. Their plan will say every day, and they forget to know another government will come after them. Who knows what other people will pay them? All the things they do, they can't think. And I want to tell the Almighty God, thank you, that took care of Carrasco and the other children inside there. The people were brave enough, they wanted to do bad, but that's because of people mob, they didn't do it.
Yeah, Carrasco, Carrasco admitted that, we played that clip, he admitted that they threatened him, a police officer whom he identified. The police officer threatened him to harm him.
Yeah.
And he can, if the police officer came outside in the midst of everybody, he can look in your face and say, you said this to me, you said that.
That people good child.
When I me, Sana de Calasco, when I in the thing happened, Sana de Calasco calling us now.
All right.
The old man then.
Okay.
You hear me? So the plane say, hey, you know, please give me small change.
Yeah. Thank you. Y'all want get the people that money.
What they get, they have it. I had wanted. I want to point I play.
Okay.
I want to point they play for.
All right, man. Have a nice day. They come into you $1.8 million to visit investigation in all year. They arrive at money. Everything that rushing in the country. Let's call our first winner, man. Or Vicky, we gotta get it, people. Your account is low. Oh man. What's happening? What's happening? We have to give the people money. Hello.
Yeah, Sam Andrew. Yeah, this is Rasta. Don't let my son. He cut me off.
Yeah, but my man, it's a privilege. It's not a feminine right.
Yeah,
your line bad up, my man. Call the radio off.
Okay, let me know the radio. Sam Andrew, what I was saying, if people want to get president, we are involved. But you know, Bakuba Gray, a total president, he will never be involved into violence within the Republic of Labrador. And president, we are going to the people that because of him, one Labrador will not die. One Labrador because they're not looking at that can make another Dora Boga who run the country the way you choose to run the country. Thank you for the time for me.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Sam Andrews.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Thank you. This is Hussein Kiel. I call you from Jacobstown. I listened to the first talking point. Unfortunately, I didn't call to make my point, but thank you for the second talking point. I listened to Carrasco. You know, this country, the rule of law will be respected. And this is why they say there should be no exception of the rule of law. Carrasco and few other Liberians who went to the protest scenes were caught violating police protocols and they were arrested. I don't think any of them should be given exceptional or preferential treatment as it relates to the crime they committed. Carrasco, you just Carrasco and one Liberian. If you violate the law should take a course, right? You are not better than those who were placed behind bars. I listened to him with the interview with Julius here. He's saying, my jail, in fact, where I was, people try to intimidate me and so forth. Carrasco, nobody running after you here. If you are just sitting in your quiet corner, no police going to arrest you for anything that you did not do. Nobody's wasteful for anybody here. But because we're on the protest scene and police see that you were in violation of the law that is on the book, you have to be caught and investigated. And the police did just that. So you crying baby around, nobody after you. All of those critical journalists, Sam Andrew, the rest of the other guys, they will remain critical of the government and the government will incorporate them. So if you want to buy favor from the public and your partisans, it's not the extent of the government. You will not be giving any preferential treatment here if you violate the law. The law will take its course. You are a Liberian, all the Liberians that were arrested, you also be treated the same. And the government will do that. If you repeat that again, the government has been done. So thank you for the opportunity.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon again.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Andrews, it is important that we speak as religious leaders in this nation because many of the Liberians who were born somewhere around the 90s were not opportune to listen to prophetic voices that are this country. I need to make a way to come to your studio because in times like these, we people of God, whom God has shown us a prosperous Liberia, and we cannot tell the nations what we need to do to get to where God wants us to be, then we'll be ungrateful to our society and the God who called us. So I want to get your personal number, or you take my number down, you text me your number or your studio number. I have to come in studio immediately after the new year.
Okay, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, thank you. I'll share that with you after the show.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Your name and where you call from?
Hey, Cecilia Tuba.
Let's hear you.
Hey, Cecilia Tuba calling you from Newton, the police station.
Let's hear you, Cecilia Tuba.
Yeah. You see, say Andrew, when the way the people they try to threaten Carrasco, we don't have problem with that. But we want to warn the police. Let them be careful. Let them do their work without that problem. But any attempt they make to destroy one person's life will go after them in a community. We surely go after them. We say they will not do that well, they do that well. And whosoever they will investigate, and do their investigation.
You went off. You went off. Okay. Your thank you. Your thank you, Daddy Boy, can say for helping. Your thank you, there. Let's go to something. Let's go to something else. Yeah. Your thank you there. At least you did well. So you continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch. That's all you need to do, and get 10,000 Liberian dollars. Today is the 19th. It's the only thing I can say. Let me read a few comments. Apart from the callers, Gabriel say this Hussein guy is a fool. Please do not allow him on here. He has no integrity and is one of the UPP agents who calls on radio stations and talk crap. He has no credibility, just like his government. Jessica M. Beslow said GMB is sick, angry old man who is so evil and power greed, trying to prove a point. Who else left their comment? Dubon Hill said the old man is the King Kong of hooliganism. And Running Jar say, Teacher Light, I want to thank you for choosing Mr. Sam Andrews for this show. He is a very brilliant man. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. All credit goes to AB. Yeah, gave the credit to AB. All right. Who else? Okay. Thank you ever so much. So the situation is so die in the country that hospitals, health workers, doctors are vexed. It wouldn't be a surprise. Well, if you want to put Alamo on it, not bad. If you want to put bring the hospital down, because everything now, that building, the burning of building on Representative Francis Afoko and the speaker, because the speaker wrote on his Facebook page, Alamo. Representative Francis Afoko said he will bring session. They have work also. Those two statements are they responsible for what is happening in the health sector? Doctors are uncomfortable. Students are health workers and students at AMEWT College of Medicine. What happened this week? The stage of protest over poor condition, unpaid condition. So they CH running. The people abandon the hospital. They claim, what are the hospital claim? But CH running hospital, they both left from there. They both say they ain't taking pay. Even if pay was coming, it was too small. Moreover, the working atmosphere, the working condition is bad. The boy abandoned the place. They left to go find jobs somewhere else. The health sector is so bad off. Everywhere, people are uncomfortable. Then there's nonsense of a man called Hussein. That look at him say, you're looking for attention, you're doing this. Do I look the man? You even know Sam Andrews. Ask all the people. And speak the truth. I hate injustice to the core. As much as it was wrong yesterday, let it be wrong today. You think Unity Party like you, Hussein? You think you are a propagandist or apologist for Unity Party? You're seeking attention. If you are normal enough mentally, you'll not be calling on opposition radio. You will call on pro-government radio. Because there where you get comfort, hope, there where they're talking about your progress and other things. But you know why you choose to call on opposition radio? Because they're helping the government. And everyone is citizens in this, everyone is citizen in this country. This country does not belong to one state or one government. No one hates Bouaka. Bouaka is our president, whether we like it or not. He's the president. He was elected constitutionally and elected democratically and constitutionally sworn in. There's no doubt about that. You vest from night to judgment day, that's the law. He's our president. But it doesn't say he's God. It doesn't make him demagogue. It doesn't make him Nebuchadnezzar. It doesn't say that he is infallible. The same constitution that gave him the right to stay over there and manage us, the same constitution say you have the right to correct him if he's not doing what is right. And then you're just saying putting part of crap. Or listen, I've always felt comfortable on opposition radio. That nonsense you're talking, don't make me say some things there. Your government people, you're ran behind me. You're ran behind me. You wanted me to go sit down on your radio. I get your text message in the phone. When I read it, and you say, oh, people just say, oh, saying what you got to. But you got to stop. You think we're looking for attention? Because I don't want to sit on a government radio and look at Bouaka breaking the law. I will not say it. Instead, I will say the most devilish part by saying, yeah, nothing wrong with it. But my conscience will never be clear. The $10 will come. What will it profit me? But when you sit on opposition radio, you have a clear conscience to help the government to move forward. And what was Ellen's position? Ellen said in her time, she said, when she was here, all of us was here Ellen time. Ellen said, I read the newspaper, especially the critical ones of my government. I listen to the radio stations, the critical ones. At least I may not accept everything that they do and say, but at least they were helping me. And what did Ellen say? Ellen said, most of the actions I take because I listen to radios from on the other side. Listen, I read the newspapers. And she started cracking some jokes that she saw in some of the people. And everybody just said, oh, so the Omar can listen, yeah? So the Omar can listen to the radio? And say, oh, but you think president can listen to the radio? You have to stop this sick, authentic thing in this country. You think you're more Bouaka than Bouaka himself? Some of you are not helping Bouaka. Everything must be positive, then there is not society. If you know what a society is. Nobody should criticize Bouaka. Nobody should talk about anything. No reason why Liberia's politics is just childish and reckless. No maturity in it at all. Once you're preaching government carol, or dancing to government katenta, then you evil, you from hell, you satanic. When you say, yeah, government doing right, the government good, then you from heaven. Absolute nonsense. That's mental derangement. You sick. You need to go to the psychiatric. No reason why it coming up. The evil, when you have evil plan coming up. Look what you did to Austin Kawa last night. You're threatening people. You're threatening AB. You're saying all kinds of things. You're talking to the speaker. Should rescue be having the kind of thing? Should this thing evolve in rescue operation? You create an atmosphere of insecurity. And nobody going to overlook that. Only the ones who are so obsessed with pleasure, moving here and there, that the one in your catch. The one who won't be in every gathering, that the one in your catch. They say the first law of nature is self-preservation. Now I leave it because Israel talk about it more today. I don't like to be repetitive of issue. The only reason I saying just a little, because came with that trash. Let's go, man. What's happening here? We have to get the people money. Y'all say that. Y'all be threatening people. I think will help you. We have to get the poor money. What's happening here? It's kind of technical. So I have to call you and get your money. Yeah, but experiencing some technical problems. Let's go this way. let's go this way first. I'm experiencing a little bit of technical hitch here. But let's bring on the world's greatest.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship.
Okay, time is of the essence. We have to give the people money. Let's speak to this person. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I'm Sam Andrews and speaking to you from Kings 88.5. What is your name?
This is Comfort Bati speaking from Utah.
Titan Colonel, you're in a choir, eh?
No, Comfort Bati speaking from Utah.
But the way you're saying it so fast. Yeah, hey, Comfort Bati.
Yes.
How you spell the comfort?
Comfort, C-A-R-O.
Did you say comfort?
Dear subscriber, your account is low. Please recharge.
Hey, man. We're going to tell you. Okay, well, Comfort Bati. Comfort Bati. I sure is C-O-M-F-O-R-T and B-A-R-T-E-E. Yeah, I show. Okay. Yeah, we have to give people money. You're sorry. You're sorry. All these things can happen. Let me make an adjustment.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Okay. You're listening to Real Talk. We talk it real on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. So, I had on the show yesterday a supporter, one of those who had by defending why it was necessary the people elect the Unity Party government, a media person, and a criminal justice school also in Otavin Williams. And he was blunt on the show that given all that happening in the government, he didn't expect that, given the matter that came on and what they said and how they were going to do it. Unfortunately, most of what they accuse the previous government of, they are doing the same thing. And he's very disappointed. He's, according to him, ashamed.
In the last election that I was a sympathizer of the Unity Party because of the mistakes of the CDC that we can support it. To bring people for change and change it, for them to even double up mistakes. It is a disappointment. And I am disappointed in Joseph Human Puaka. He talked about the rule of law. Has the president respected the Supreme Court ruling? He's talking about rule of law. He respected the Supreme Court ruling? No. Then he talked about the rule of law today. And immediately he left the Capitol building. The police, by a former SOD and notorious ATU personnel, Gregory Como and Nelson Freeman, running after people. The police is exacerbating this. The police didn't help to exacerbate the situation on Capitol Hill by protecting one side of the lawmakers and fucking the other side of the lawmakers. And we are now on the issue of removing Planticova to the Capitol Hill. We're not going to be on fire. Never. Now the suspicion is why. People have suspicion about this person, people have suspicion about that person, but the country is fragile and we own a time bomb. That's what I can say to anybody. When it's time to 8 o'clock, leave the streets. Go to your houses. Investor will venture in the terrain because the terrain is hostile. It's volatile.
That's the kind of hostile and volatile atmosphere the Unity Party government has created.
But this is what we have. No, you won't put your money in so hostile and volatile. No. The Unity Party government promised us that they were bringing development. One of the campaign pillars never speak to removing the speaker. Never ever. So I do not know why they prioritize removing a speaker than what they're doing. What they're doing will take them the next 3 years.
Otavin Williams on the show yesterday. Also following was A.B. Wayan, and he tried to share his thought with a commendation to Otavin Williams that despite being a supporter of Unity Party, chose not to be sycophantic, but to state the truth. But yes, state the truth about what is unfolding. He made it evidently clear that it's not solely about party, but the country, the priority. Should anything go haywire, everybody is going to be affected. Every professional area going to be affected. Nobody will be in the position to practice what they are doing. Doctors, journalists, lawyers, footballers, everybody wouldn't be. But if everybody can just drop sentiment and put the country first, it will be better. It doesn't matter whether you are a sedition, you are a Unity Party, you are MPC, you are whatever. But if you can just put on that bold spirit to look in the face of the government and say, this is wrong, though we brought you in, but you're not doing what is right. If you continue this way, not only will you be tinting your reputation as a government, but it will affect the general good of the citizenry.
I can recall vividly, I supported the CDC in 2017. When it came to the Justice Cabinet Janet removal, the evidence is there that we stood against it and we said it was the wrong thing. How did it end? The ECOWAS Code was able to affirm our decision or our position at the time. People may have thought that we're against the CDC or whatever. No. But we're saying that the wrong things were happening. And we spoke to it. My brother, we as journalists, before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. Ordinary citizens ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down
I mean, it's a bad day today, man. No money in a phone.
so
I
that
tried
that country will
calling,
provide
no
an
way.
avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now.
No,
What
no
happened
money.
on
I
yesterday
send
was
you
wrong.
text. Where
It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important. So I want to thank Otavin. I was listening to him, you and your conversation. There is time now that we should speak up, because tomorrow, regime will change. Whatever position you have today, if it is the truth, that truth will link on no matter which one of the government that comes to power. We shouldn't be relenting. There are people coming out with threats and say, oh, be careful, the government bad, this, that. Let them do their worst.
Okay. Otavin also condemned the arrest of Sekou Kalasko Damaro.
The must just be released, and they say the part we are released, so we leave our case, let's go. No. Let the law be tested, and I'm disappointed in the police director. I am disappointed in the police director. You cannot be a police director and be a police director on 1980 and 1982. You cannot be a police director in 2004. You be acting like a police director on 1985. The police director under the tyrannical regime of former President Taylor. The police director under the gentle regime of former President Samuel Kayando. No. We are part of those stages. We cannot go back. There is always a tomorrow. Do not allow people to use your hand to pick fire for them.
Are you suggesting that when they are released, they should pursue legal action against the police vis-a-vis the government?
Of course. We should test the law. The law should always be tested. One of the problems we have in this country is let's bargain, be bargain. We do not test the law. And in this case, the law must be tested. I am not in favor of violence. I'm not in favor of anybody going against the state. But people have their rights to organize peaceful protests. We remember the June 7th protest over President Weah. That protest was peaceful, and that protest even had more multitude of human beings as compared to this going protest yesterday. So it wasn't a case that the police could not control. The police only acted beyond because they had a segment, and that is why they still acted.
The police IG said they were provoked, so they had to retaliate.
So what is the provocative nature of the retaliation? Why provoke them? Anybody have gone and shot at them? No. Anybody had bullet to fire at them? No.
Otavin Williams on the show on yesterday with A.B. Wayne. Well, in the evening when we ended, when we thought that everything was under control, trying to deal with the aftermath of Capitol Hill mysterious fire, bam, another thing pop up. The attack on Freedom FM talk show host, Austin Kawa. According to the information, guys were fanning around the area, but the eyewitnesses' mind didn't go on anything suspicious while they were just fanning around. They had thought that it was the usual commercial people commuting people from one end to another. But after 10, 15, 20 minutes, the two bikes came, and then they threw their weapon or the petrol bomb in the car, and then they drove off. Then what happened? AB called the special assistant to the senator of Magibi County, Nathaniel McGill. He's Bobby Gray. He was one of those that was at the Capitol building Wednesday morning when that mysterious fire or mystery fire occurred. And according to him, which you will hear very briefly, he had gone there not knowing anything of such, and it is the custom of him to go in the morning and to sort out some things. I think he instructs at one of the universities. Yeah. And then he told AB, fast forward, that they have a list, and that list contains several Liberian journalists, particularly talk show hosts, whom the government have reached the conclusion are very critical of them. They go into the government's flesh, bone, soul, marrow, skin. Hence, the government sees these talk show hosts as enemies of them. And the only option is to get rid of them. Here is Bobby Gray.
Been tripping away since
No, please hold on. Sorry for that.
I'm not the only young person I've been blacklisted in this country. Maybe you've been blacklisted. That I know. You've been blacklisted. A lot of young people have been blacklisted. I will not call the name. There is a female police officer who I worked with before, who was my student before. She told me today, Bobby, your name is in the book. I saw your photo. I'm telling you this. There's a book that they have our name in. They are blacklisted us. They are waiting for the slightest opportunity to harm us. The guys are willing to kill us at any moment. We are not safe in this country. This country is in danger. It is retrogressing faster, and we are heading to nowhere. What I experienced today, I can tell you for true, Waka is lawless. The group against us are lawless people, and they are ready to destroy our lives in this country. If we don't stand up, if we don't stand to those people, if we don't march into history on those people, rest assured, AB, in the next 6 or 7 months, many of us will be history.
Wow.
Many of us will be history.
It is too scary, especially you just narrated that, in fact, it is your version of the story that tells us that a fire did not occur sometimes in the night.
No, it did not occur in the night. It did not occur in the night. It did not occur when I went to the Capitol building, there was no fire. I sat with security and all outside because there was no electricity.
Oh, you sat with the security?
Yes, I sat with the security.
You mean private security or police?
No, I'm talking about one of the Capitol building security. I sat with him outside until currently the building. I could not go into the building because I wanted to complete my work. I sat with him for some time when currently he said, "Oh, currently I went into the building." I went into the building. I sat in the building almost 20 minutes before that incident happened. I sat in the building almost 20 minutes before I heard that sound. But I can tell you for true, that fire, I believe it was state managed by state security, because as soon as I reached down, they were already there. You put fire in the building. I will be accused directly. You put fire in the building. In fact, you want to know, there's the public great man, right? Here we know you yourselves to your trouble people. You are the one always posting nonsense on Facebook. I think that's a crime that I've committed. If that's a crime I've committed, the security director of Capitol building was not handled. In a sense, there's no how police should behave. You got ethics, respect the ethics. I work there. I did not come as a stranger. If you want to invite me to come a version of the story, that's cool. But trying to handle me, I think you can't do that. When I went to Capitol building, that's the only crime. I mean, when I went out to the police station, I was bombed. Maybe if you see my eyes, I'm still draining.
Yeah, I was bombed.
I also got the eye photo. The GHM Medical Hospital just sent me the photo. The damage it caused to my eyes. I got everything right now in my email. Because they provided me that. I was bombed with pepper spray. As I speak to you, I'm still draining. So everywhere, even the most private part of my body, ran me to this because I was bombed with it. The intention was to kill me. The intention was to murder me and other young people today. This country is in danger. And if we don't stand up and march into history, rest assured, some of us will be history.
Bobby Gray, he's the special assistant. So, Magibi County Senator Nathaniel McGill on the air on Face the Issues last evening with A.B. William. Well, that's it. That's all the time we've got to be on the show. Thank you ever so much. We're back tomorrow if God permits. The news is on at 6. Please join us if you can. And then at 8 o'clock, Face the Issues with A.B. William. Another presentation that you don't want to miss. Thank you ever so much. My name is Sam Andrews. Shalom. This is how we go home.
His Excellency, George Webb.